Hello, YouTube. It's me again. And this is another video outlining another one of the models of alphasmart I have in my collection. It is alphasmart Dana. Now, this video is probably going to be a little bit longer because this is a radical departure from previous alphasmarts that I've shown, which you can see it looks different. Looks really different. On the back, the ports are different. Looking at front, it looks different. Also has a much bigger display. Now, this is manufactured by alphasmart. It's more of a portable computer, really, than the previous alphasmart, which is good and bad. Has 2 SD card slots on it, which other than the Dana, no alphasmart had, which allows you to. These are SD, not SDHC high capacity, so these are these hold 2 gigabyte cards maximum, so you could put in 2 more gig of memory. Now the screen is 3.5 times bigger than the one on the alphasmart 3000 or 2000 or 1 foot. The alphasmart Dana actually ran Palm OS, which much better than the than it ran Palm OS. Unlike the other ones had basic software on them and stuff. This is the first alphasmart that really ran an OS. It ran Palm OS version 4.1.2. Had Motorola Dragon Ball VZ processor running at 33 megahertz, which is faster than a lot of vintage 90 era laptops did have processors similar, or slower, or faster, or something like that. And had the display was a 560 by 160 pixel display, which had four shades of grayscale. The screen is a full touch screen using stylus, much like Palm OS running device that are it had the standard infrared that the alphasmart 3000 had, USB, USB master and slave. I don't know why that is. I'm reading it off of the Wikipedia, which is on the screen behind the camera. So, you probably know what that means. There was another version of this out called the Dana Wireless, which added some stuff. Well, first of all, like the name suggests, it added wireless networking ability. Not to say this one can't do it, just doesn't have a built-in Wi-Fi chip in it, in antenna and stuff. So you can plug in a Wi-Fi Wi-Fi external adapter and take advantage of the capabilities if you have one with the Dana update, which I have. So it added Wi-Fi, though Dana Wireless added Wi-Fi. It also added SDIO, which is something I'm not sure what that means. It could run off of 3 AA batteries, like the 2000, 3000. It also could had a 3.6 volt NiCad battery pack, which you could plug into here, or it could run off of a battery of an external power adapter. Now, this is extremely different. This adds a to-do list, memo pad, date book, address book, all of the stuff that's on Palm, plus the primary software called the Alpha Ward, which you can see right there, and it brings you into a text document like the other ones. You can type and stuff comes out just like the other one, except this one, because the screen is more than just a character display. You could do stuff like change to one of the change the font. You could change the font, like you can select stuff. Say font, you can change to Times New Roman. So now the highlighted text is, don't think you can see that, but the highlighted text I selected changed to Times New Roman. So is handy in that stuff. You can also change how the text is oriented. You can bold, underline, italicize. And like always, you had eight files. But you could save a file under a name, which is a new feature, and put it on an SD card, or just save it to the internal memory. Pretty cool. One downside. This data, because it was a Palm OS running device, Palm OS made it so that you couldn't. Other alphasmart had this ability where in between keystrokes it would sleep. Because this was an OS running device, and Palm OS running device, it could not do that. So battery life was severely reduced from on the previous alphasmarts, 200 hours, 300 hours, to about 25 hours of battery life. Which there are some devices that have less battery life nowadays. But oh well. But so that was a bummer. Although this had, you could use graffiti, which basically everything that basically everything in alphasmart, previous alphasmart could do, in Palm OS could do, this device can do. It has an auto off feature, all the good stuff. Has beaming. Now, I mentioned the Dana Wireless had Wi-Fi in it. Browsers on Palm OS are not that good, so why would you want the wireless? What? Let me see. One thing that this could do is it could, through Wi-Fi capability, could connect to a Windows share server. At least I think it was Windows share only. But yeah, you might want to check on that. Check that yourself if you want to use that capability. But you could transfer files through the Wi-Fi to a server, and that way you wouldn't need to use any cables at all. Now, if you just don't have the wireless version, the Dana, you need a Wi-Fi adapter to do that, so you still need to use some cables. It's easier just to use, if you have that model, just use cables, even if it has the software to be able to use Wi-Fi. I find it better to just use cables, if you have the cables available. If you don't, then buying a Wi-Fi adapter doing the Wi-Fi may be good for you. But this had the hotsync capability that Palm OS had. And so this came after the alphasmart 3000. Now, this, it's still light, but this thing is tremendously unbalanced. Mostly because it's a ginormous screen. This ginormous piece of glass makes the front end of this extremely heavy. The end with the screen extremely heavy. Now, all the electronics, the processor and all that, is actually built in behind the screen. Pretty much all that is under the key, where the keyboard is the keyboard. That's it. And this thing also has nice holders to hold the stylus. If you just take it out, put it in, you can do stuff, take it out, stuff like that. And it has a holder on the side for it. Now, if you're gonna go and buy one of these, you want to have that stylus. If you don't have, and you can't say, oh, I have one of those pens that has a little ball on the end, and it works fine with my smartphone. No, that's not gonna cut it. This uses a hard tip, solid plastic stylus. That those soft tip styluses might work with smartphones, but this is an actual piece of glass, not the thin, tiny piece of glass that's in a smartphone. So you need the original stylus for this with it. Not saying you can't buy a Dana without it. With that doesn't have the stylus in the thing. It's not gonna be a lot of use without the stylus. Because when you first power the thing, when you first put new batteries in it, you need the stylus to be able to set date and time and all of that stuff. So just know what you're buying. So this is the Dana is dramatically different than the alphasmart 3000. Dramatically different. New design. Completely redesigned. Just like the 2000 was completely redesigned over the previous alphasmart. And it's solid. This thing, it's still built solid and rugged and works. Now, so basically all the stuff I've shown you before applies to this one as well. It has the ability to spell check all the basic functions and stuff. And the ability to emulate a keyboard, which all alphasmart, of course, did. So that's basically all I can really say about this. So, like before, like if you like, dislike if you did, if you dislike, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Bye.